Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This time I thought I would talk about what I personally believe is one of the most difficult symptoms of PCOS, which is hair loss. And unfortunately it started happening to me at a young age, at the age of 23, about 4 years after I was diagnosed, and I'm telling you, I did not see it coming, and I was seriously depressed over my hair loss for at least 3 years. I feel much better about it now because I'm taking action, and I have realized over time that, you know, I'm not my hair, I'm more than that, and worst comes to worst, there are always cosmetic solutions that I can use, although I'm not ready to use them at this point. But I'm happy to say that, you know, over the past few years I've tried so many things, and I've dealt with this for 5 years now, and I'm happy to say that, you know, I have some regrowth. I still am not happy with my hair. I don't feel comfortable enough to completely let my hair down because there are thinning spots literally everywhere. But you know, some regrowth is good, and I'm hoping that I can, you know, get my hair to a better condition and grow even more hair. Now, I will say that most people say that, you know, PCOS related hair loss, which is androgenetic alopecia, is permanent. I don't think it's necessarily true, because the latest research is finding out that even if you lose your hair, the stem cells are still there. There's potential to regrow that hair. It's just difficult, and we haven't really found a way how to grow hair from hair follicles that have been dormant for years. That being said, I think that most of us, you know, who are young are still at a stage where, you know, I think if you try different things, you can get at least some hair back. I'm on a journey to get most of my hair back. I don't know if I will be successful, but I'm certainly not giving up on that at this point in time. So I think the fact that, you know, the research is suggesting that you still keep the hair follicles that you were born with, that they don't completely die off, it's a big positive. So even later down the line when new treatments come out, certainly they can be very helpful to us. So the first thing that you need to do when dealing with hair loss is balance your hormones. This is key. You know, no matter what medication you take, if you are not at a point where you're balancing your hormones, it's really not going to give you the best results. So the way PCOS hair loss works, right, is your body produces insulin, and unfortunately for women with PCOS, we are producing tons of insulin, even if we eat tiny amounts of carbs. And then that insulin triggers the production of testosterone. Testosterone is converted to DHT. And for women whose hair is naturally sensitive to DHT, as this DHT goes up, it starts attacking the hair follicles, and the hair follicles start shrinking, and then it falls off. A thinner hair grows, a thinner hair shorter grows, it falls off, becomes thinner and shorter the next cycle, and eventually to the point that you're producing really, really weak hairs which you cannot even see with your eye, or the hair follicle just becomes dormant and stops producing hair. And it's hard to reverse that process. This process called miniaturization. It's hard to reverse that process, but I know from experience that it can be done. It can be reversed. So of course, that being said, it makes sense that you lower the insulin levels in your body, right? That's the first thing you need to do. So that's why I highly recommend getting on a ketogenic diet, which is a high fat, moderate protein, low carb diet. Please look at my other videos to see, you know, how the ketogenic diet has worked for me. But I would say start with the ketogenic diet first. And this needs to be your lifestyle. It's not something you do temporarily and stop. it's imperative that you know, continue to do this in order to see results. So once you know, balance your hormones, that's when I think that, you know, the medications truly start to become effective. I actually have a note card here because I have so much information and so many things that I have tried that I want to talk to you about. So hormone balancing, number one. And then you can take medications to, you know, help with the hormones and prevent so much testosterone or insulin or, you know, DHT running through your body. I would say the first thing that you need to look into is probably spironolactone. Spironolactone, this has been prescribed to many PCOS women in order to treat hair loss. It fights with the DHTs pretty much to attach itself against the hair follicle. So instead of DHT attaching itself against the hair follicle, Spiro competes to attach itself against the hair follicle so that DHT won't kill your hair follicles anymore. The most effective dose that they recommend for women with hair loss is 200 milligrams a day, 100 milligrams a morning, every morning, and 100 milligrams every night. It has to be taken with food. From the research that I read, 30% of the women grow some or all of their hair back. 30% of the women maintain, which is a big step. I mean, in androgenetic alopecia, maintaining is success. And 30% of the women don't really see any effect. So 60% actually see, you know, some good results. So I would say that is probably the number one thing that you need to look into. And then there's also a bit of a Power Ranger medication, which is a 5-AR inhibitor. It's not easily prescribed to women because they say that, you know, women of childbearing age who could be pregnant, you know, you not know and become pregnant. If you even touch the medication, you can have some it can cause some harm to male fetuses. That being said, if you know that you're not getting pregnant anytime soon, obviously you'll have to stop it when you're trying to conceive. But if you know that you're not getting pregnant anytime soon, I think they're great medications to try out. Not every physician prescribes it, but there are physicians who are well aware of how difficult hair loss is, who will prescribe this to women, and you can see some phenomenal results with it. So it's something to think about, incorporating this into your regimen. Though again, I warn, you know, not many physicians are going to be happy with prescribing it, although increasingly more physicians do. But just make sure you don't get pregnant while you're on that medication. The third thing that you can take is high estrogen BCP. Estrogen usually helps, you know, keep the hair on your head and also elongate the hair cycle. Some people don't respond very well to BCP. I read tons of stories about people losing hair because of BCP. This is much more common with high testosterone, or I should say low estrogen BCPs or high androgen BCPs, which as a PCOS woman, you know, you should not be taking anything high androgen at all. So that is also something to think about. And then there's the most common FDA approved drug, a topical medication, which is Rogaine. I actually tried Rogaine and I do not use it anymore. I stopped it. That being said, it's effective for many people. The reason that I'm not using it is, you know, with Rogaine, it's interesting in the sense that for me, the hair that was growing back was not the best quality. And I'm telling you guys, I started growing hair in places that I did not want it, like over here and over here. It was ridiculous. And, you know, I wouldn't have minded if I was growing hair here, if it was bringing tons of hair back here. But it wasn't really doing that for me either. I was just not a good responder. But many people love Rogaine, swear by it. The only thing that you have to watch out when it comes to Rogaine is that once you stop Rogaine, all the hair that was holding in, because that's what Rogaine does, it just literally holds the hair in and doesn't let it fall, will just all fall off. You know, that's just how it works. And I also tried I've tried a lot of things. I also tried the laser hair helmet. I can't say whether it 100% helped me or it didn't. I actually used it for a while, stopped because I was just moving around so much that I just couldn't take my laser helmet with me, so I just gave it to my mom. But I recently got the laser helmet back, and I'm interested to see if it's gonna make a difference. I may actually never find out if the laser helmet made a difference because I'm trying so many other things. But you know, research also suggests that if you do a laser therapy for 20 minutes a day for at least 3 times a week, or you know, every other day, you're not really supposed to use it every day. Every other day you will see some, you know, successful hair growth. So I would recommend looking into that as well. The other thing is PRP, which I tried twice, and both times I did not see any results. I mean, I don't remember getting, you know, any hair growth results at all. I mean, if anything, I think the 5-AR inhibitor that I was on was really the magic pill when it came to like bringing some hair back. But I don't think PRP made much of a difference. But I'm at that point where I feel like I have gotten back as much hair as I possibly can with medication, right? There's still thinning spots everywhere. I've been on medication for long enough to know that hair is not coming back, although it brought some hair back. So now I have to really do something to trigger those hair follicles that are sleeping to produce hair. And I'm going to do PRP again, but the PRP I'm going to do again, which is around the 3rd week of August is when I'm going to do it. It's going to have extra growth factors infused in it, not just the growth factors from my body. So it's like a super PRP. I'm certainly interested to see that if it will work, you know, and I will know if it's bringing hair back this time. It's not because of the medication, it's bringing hair back because that PRP is working. And I will certainly keep you, you know, updated about that as well, whether the PRP worked for me. And then the other thing that I'm using that I feel like is at least helping my hair feel better and look a little thicker is the Surface Awaken line, which is a shampoo and conditioner line, and they also have a therapeutic treatment for thinning hair. It's this right here. I have the biggest bottle, which is the 6-ounce bottle. And make sure that when you buy Surface Awaken, you buy it from an approved salon, because if you buy it from Amazon and these other retailers, they may not really sell the real deal. And based on what I read online and the stylists that I've spoken to, this really brings back people's hair. I mean, she said that she has seen some incredible results. Within 3 to 4 months is when people start to grow their hair back. I have been using this for about 4 weeks, and of course I can't see new hair growth yet because it takes 3 to 4 months at least to see new hair growth. That being said, it makes my hair look better, it makes my hair feel thicker. So there's definitely some magic happening here, that, you know, I have to acknowledge that it's doing something. And you know, the beautiful thing is that as difficult and as emotional as, you know, hair loss can be, I always find solace in the fact that there's, you know, research happening elsewhere that's, you know, helping to bring hair back, even clone hair, regenerate hair. And to those girls out there who's struggling with hair loss, I would like to say, you know, I have read, and this happened to me, where you kind of put your life on hold and feel like you can't really follow your career aspirations, or you cannot really follow your education until you get your hair back. I would say to, you know, try to get out of that mindset if you can. I know it's not easy because I've been there, but try to get out of that mindset, because I'm at that point where, you know, hey, you know, let's say I lose all my hair. Let's say it happens, right? If I continue to work hard and get ahead in life, you know, I want to at least get to a point where I am financially secure, so that I can afford the best, most beautiful, natural looking wig that's available. You know, the ones that Kim Kardashian wears, and, you know, those incredible cosmetic solutions. So please don't let this hold you back. And if you ever need to talk to anyone about how difficult hair loss is, you know, please reach out to me, because I've been there more than anyone. I mean, seriously had severe emotional trauma because of it, but I'm happy to say that I've gotten over it, and I'm, you know, quite happy with my life. And I'm hopeful, because I think that things are going to come in the future where, you know, I could see if it's going to bring even more hair back, maybe even all my hair back. I don't know, wishful thinking perhaps, but, you know, never say never. All right, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm interested to hear in what has worked for you when it comes to PCOS related androgenetic alopecia. So please keep me updated. Bye bye.